Oh.
This is, basically, was there a point during the Putin regime when we could have prevented things getting to them? I mean, is there a moment, you can go back to Georgia, you can go back to Crimea. Was there a moment when we made a mistake that sort of facilitated what happened subsequently? Or
I do think we made a lot of mistakes with Georgia because there was too much of an assessment that this was all because of Mikhail Saakashvili, and everyone was irritated with him in any case. And there was a kind of feeling this was personal, even though it was apparent that it was not, and that this was, kind of much broader. I also honestly think that if the United Kingdom had reacted more strongly to Litvinenko, to being poisoned with polonium, and hadn't just continued to do business as usual. And I have a personal peeve over the response to Skripal in 2018, when the French and the Germans really did not want to step up on expelling intelligence operatives. And, basically, after what happened here in Salisbury, 4,000 people could have died. There was enough Novichok in the vial that was put into the perfume bottle to kill not just Dawn Sturgis and her partner and others who were sickened by this, but to wipe out Salisbury. And the way that it was brazenly discarded into the bin, the donation bin for a charity shop. I mean, these were all shocking episodes, and we should have had a really strong response. So we kind of, in a way, gets back, I suppose, to sort of Mearsheimer's, but not in the way that he's laying out. We did not respond in a tough fashion. We kept on business as usual. I mean, allowing people like Catherine Belton to be kind of dragged through court here, for example. And this happened in the United States as well. All the people who jumped onto boards or working with oligarchs. I mean, I sounded like, some prissy, where every time at Brookings I said, no, we cannot take money, from this person. And while I was away in the National Intelligence Council, Brookings took some money from, kind of an oligarch, and I was furious. I couldn't believe that, we'd done all of this. Because this is exactly how the Russians don't or never thought we were serious. Putin bragged on the eve of the intervention, of the invasion, to a number of European visitors that he could bribe and own anybody. And they've got a shock from how we've responded, because he basically thought they had everybody in their pocket. So it's a kind of a combination of all of these mistakes. Definitely if they kind of push forward, the old Lenin axiom, and they just basically get mush, they just keep on going. And that is now, they're trying to do for Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because Ukraine is having to, basically meet this with steel. Ukraine is having to be, the point in which, there's no give.